afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and everybody on the West Coast. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and everybody else in between this great, big, beautiful country of ours. How the hell you doing? What do you know? What do you say? What's up? What's happening? Oh my goodness! You a big smile on the first. Hey, it's Happy Monday, spit, choke, and puke day. So all you people on the radio on your headphones, watch yourself. I might start coughing or something. Yeah, I probably will. I don't know. Oh my. So I might not be on here for tomorrow, or hopefully the day after I'll be on. I got to go do some outpatient surgical testing. So, yep, that's the name of that tune. And then next week I'm going to be having surgery on Wednesday. So I won't be around then either. Maybe not the next day. I don't know. We got to see what happens. I just pray I'm strong enough to get down there and get back and be okay. I haven't been out for a long, long time. So, yes, that's the way it is. So, how'd your weekend go? Mine was pretty uneventful. There were two people that were supposed to call me over the weekend and never did. Meadow Clone, she finally got her award delivered. I gotta do this here real quick. So when we set this up, it won't go off. Yes, now it's set. Okay, there we go. Yes, it's right here. Do you ever have those clothes every once in a while to get? I don't know if they sew this shit with nylon or like a nylon thread, or it's like rough, I'm like, what the hell? You know how it feels whenever you get a haircut and you get that stuff, that hair, the little tiny hairs on your cut hairs on your collar, they just itch you like crazy. Well, that's what's going on here. Oh my, jeez, Monday's quiet. It's a quiet day. So what's going on Twitter news here? Scully says, just a reminder to wash your bedding at least once a month if you can. Really, that often? Oh my God. Everybody says, good morning, hello, how you doing? Lori Rosenbaum, she's an artist. I was asked to do a commissioned piece of my choice. Pretty exciting. If you want anything specific painted on canvas, DM me. DM her. So that's Lori Rosenbaum. And it's at Lori Defender. So if you need any artwork done, painting, picture, she's the one to call. She's the one to call. Did I do this? Did I screw this up? Yeah, no, let's do it. Okay. Yep, so we're back up on, we're running and everything else. What's going on with this? I gotta, here, see, this is crazy here. I'm stuck on this. I have to check this out on my website. It says I'm stuck on Diana Ross with the picture, So let's try this. Okay, let's go there. And it shows. It's getting there, folks. It's getting there. No, it's showing. It's showing correct. It's the software. It figures the software here, not. It just didn't roll over. That's all. No big. Just no big deal. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. So here's. I talked to the outpatient testing nurse twice last week, and this is scary. They used to be able to provide an extra large tank. Well, not extra large, but a large oxygen tank when I get there, because my little tanks, they don't go high enough, and they run out pretty quick. And if anything bad happens, then I'm screwed. I'm really screwed. So I asked them, can you get me a tank? No, we can't do that. I'm like, okay, that's first lady. Then I called again. Can you get me an? No. And I'm like, well, okay, why? She said, well, because of COVID in the emergency room, they might not have an available tank. And I'm thinking to myself, whoa, wait a minute. Every one of those, and they have like 20, maybe 20, 25 emergency room actual stalls. And each one of them got an oxygen thing on the wall. And they need portable tanks too. And I'm starting to panic. I'm like, wow. I'm like, are you guys that busy? You know, with the COVID, you got that many people in your emergency room? Sorry, sir, we can't comment. So you guys are busy, huh? Well, it's what she said. Well, you know, when they do, well, we can't comment on it. You know, they're freaking buried. Because at one time they had like a whole floor, you know, just cordon the whole floor off for just COVID patients. And I asked her that. I said, is it getting that way again? You got the whole floor cordoned off for... I'm sorry, sir, but we really can't, comment. You know they do. You know they do, and I'm terrified. I'm like, I got to go into that. It's like a petri dish for freaking disease, you know. So... I'm all loaded up, man. I got surgical gloves. I got my mask. I got everything, and I'm vaxxed. I'm back. You know, June was my last shot. June. So July, August, September, October, 4 months. I should be able to walk in there and just like, but no, not with this Delta variant. You can't do that. It's crazy. And the two people who are supposed to call me over the weekend is for like sporadic help that I need to get to these appointments and stuff. And I asked the person in charge, are they vaxxed? And she said, well, I don't think so. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, they're not vaxxed and they're helping like take care of older people. I mean, okay. So I guess they are getting tested all the time. So I'm not really worried about that, but it's still concerning a little bit. That's like, why? Okay, and that's the other thing. If these people aren't vaxxed, they're like Trumpsters or QAnons or whatever, probably. So it's like, I haven't met a person yet. My daughter won't admit to it, but she doesn't want to get vaccinated. Well, that's who ends up going to be taking me. So I trust her more than anybody. I mean, she works from home. She's always home. And I guess her husband, I don't know if he's still working from home or not. Bet he does the majority of his work from home. So I should be pretty good. So I just hope neither of us catch it once we go to the hospital. It's, and they're all good people. It's why did this? And somebody on Twitter said that today. When did getting a vaccination become political? God. Alicia Thompson, the blogger's incentive, says, I'm pretty nervous about getting my vaccine on Wednesday, anxiety and all. As I keep seeing these horrible stories, can anyone tell me a good, okay experience they had? I'm getting Pfizer. And the guy said, Izzy's mom says, horrible stories? You need to elaborate. No, don't dwell on that shit. No. Lady, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Just get the shot. Your arm will be a little bit sore, and that's it. You'll be fine. Oh, God. These people just, man. What's going on here? Prez, boosting a bunch of people. Nicole, there. Nicole, Nunya. Thank you, Nicole. And Prez lives. I'm late as usual. And that's Life's a Beach. And she says, Nicole says, I don't care about thank yous. Oh my God. Piss off. Life's a bitch says, I'm British. We have to show our thanks. We are the ones who apologize to lampposts if we walk into them, after all. Nicole says, I thought it was Canadians who apologize over everything. Life's a bitch says, and the British, and we complain about the weather a lot. Nicole says, when people are 100, yeah, that's why it's Mangled News, folks. You know, you got to get my glasses fixed. When people were huddled in homes with high heating costs, there isn't much to do except stay introverted and complain about weather, hindering people from the luxury of getting out. I wonder if cost of clothing is a barrier to people getting out more. This Nicole sounds like a real tool. Oh man, what? She's rough. She's rough, and all CJ was doing is thanking for posting her name up. Is that, that's somebody that you should, end up blocking. I'm looking for her name anyway. That's another thing they do. They spend a lot of time, a lot of these people, posting other people's handles up so they get followers. Yeah, Nicole did do that. See? The hell of that shit. How rude. How rude can you be? Jonathan Goldman says, judging by Breitbart's latest claim, it seems they think these maggots listen to us more than them. Well, they're so paranoid, they might start thinking that. We better start listening to them Democrats. Them Republicans are crazy. Yeah, right. You think that'll happen? I have no clue. Oh, my gosh. So, I forgot to do this. This is another thing I forgot to do. I'm running late. I was trying to get the news story straightened out, and it's weird. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not because it's aggravating. We have to get a new news story stuff thinging, if you know what I mean. And we'll see in a minute. Made a couple changes, and they're going to feed me here in a couple minutes, and maybe pretty soon. And Julie's birthday is today. Happy birthday to you. And Dr. Hulk says, if we spend $2.19 trillion and 20 years eradicating terrorism, training local law enforcement, military, and establishing democracy in Afghanistan, only to have it literally fall in 2 weeks under a Taliban terrorist uprising, I think it's safe to say our training process sucks. Good morning, B. Happy Monday. That's what Julie says. Dr. Hulk, I think you're stupid. So let's see what some people replied to that. Somebody call her Juju. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was a thing. You learn something new every day, don't we? So just remember, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so you guys are going to be happy. Oh boy. And Dr. Hulk says, good morning, Juju. Happy Monday. Happy birthday. There's a birthday tweet out there for you. And she says, oh yeah, she sends a Jeff Disembent Priest. I don't know. The whole thing was a money laundering, resource grab, and corruption racket. We didn't do to Afghanistan to being them freedom or democracy. We didn't go bring justice either. We went to make money for a small cadre of wealthy organizations at the expense of lives. No, you people, war is big business. Well, yes, it is big business, but that's not it. It's the people you train. If you train people that are going to go and have a nature of just going by who's in charge at the time, then you're not going to have, when they don't have the deep down feeling in their heart that they want to be free, because they really, all their lives, they're generations and generations and generations and generations, that were never free. Never free. That brings a great amount of fear. Like me being afraid to go out to the car tomorrow. It brings a great amount of anxiety and fear. And they don't know if they want that. Maybe they'd rather have people just like right on top of them all the time and looking into their business and double checking them every time they take a walk somewhere. Maybe they want that. That's, you know, and it's 300,000. When you have 300,000 trained Afghan soldiers that just dropped their weapons, and there were outskirts of places where they dropped their weapons, and as soon as they did, they were killed. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know what would happen in the United States if somebody dropped their weapons and they got killed? Game over. You think an American would drop their weapons ever again? Hell no. If you're going to die, you might as well die shooting, right? So, that's it. That's it. There you go. Jules Sky. This is perfect. Perfect response. I don't know. I think we should have trained the women. They're not backing down. I also think with Trump and Pompeo's Doha Treaty, which who knows what was discussed, our trainees have had since February 2020 to make their deals with Taliban. Ghani was among first to flee. Yeah, the president of Afghanistan was the first to say, okay, see ya. Now, when the president of your company country decides to hit the hills, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to say, oh, okay, wait, well, we don't have a government no more. Let's just turn this shit over to them. Daryl Sisson, him. They don't go there to protect and train the people of Afghanistan. They went there to funnel money through the military complex to make themselves and their friends richer. Oh my gosh. If that's what you people believe, believe it. Believe it. It's probably a lot true, but the problem is, too, those people, the Afghans had an opportunity to have freedom, but they decided not to. Jessica, MMSN-FNP-C, says, after COVID, we need to seriously prepare for and plan how to handle our next pandemic. We cannot go through another pandemic with politicians who have no science or medical background in charge. The response should be 100% from public health officials. Didn't we do that a couple of presidents ago? Yes, until we had a goofball. Satcham, no Trump for me. Laundry wasn't at the swamp like his parents said. What a shocker. Wow. I wonder if they would get charged with aiding and abetting. Well, you know what we're talking about, that missing young lady found her body in Wyoming and the kid took off. Her boyfriend. If Brian Laundrie returned without my baby, I would have staked out his home and followed him if he left. I can't believe more pressure wasn't put on him by police. Yeah, why weren't they watching him? How dumb is that? Don't you do a stakeout? Police are getting pretty sloppy around here. So what's on the other news? Oh boy. New York. United Nations General Assembly returns to NYC with climate front and center. The United States nations United States Navy. See, that's why it's Mangled News. You have fun with this. It's you know Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather and David Muir and who else is all on there? You know, they get the heads up. They get to study this stuff all day long. You know what I get? 2 minutes before the show. Here, this is what we're going to feed you. Don't even have time to look at it, but that's fun. That's what makes it fun. That's what, you know, that's what makes it news. The United Nations General Assembly convenes this week in New York City. Drivers should expect gridlock on Manhattan's east side. Road closures will mostly affect the area surrounding the UN. I thought we were talking about climate front and center. This is another one of them articles I hate. They're even telling you about the traffic before they tell you the story. The general debate starts Tuesday and ends next Monday, September 27th. World leaders from 132 countries will attend, including President Joe Biden. Monday's events features a performance by K-pop superstar band BTS. Oh my. What? This is with the, what is this going on? Okay, this is road closures, I guess. There will be detours and checkpoints. A general debate starts Tuesday and ends next Monday. World leaders from 132 countries. Okay, I read that. And then the very next thing, Monday's event features a performance by K-pop superstar boy and band BTS. And they even put, like, is K-pop superstar boy, is that all one name? No, I don't know. I thought it was just K-pop superstar boy band and BTS Superboy. Okay, Superboy band BTS. I don't, you know. Also happening today, an event called Climate Week NYC begins. The summit spotlights and encourages climate action around the world. New York Governor Kathy Hochul will be among those attending the opening ceremony at the Times Center in West 41st Street. Throughout the week, there will be workshops, discussions, music, arts festivals held virtually in person. What happened to the NATO thing? United Nations General Assembly. Where's that at? If you want to know, you read on, because I'm not. This was the author. Here you go. Another thing I hate about this. The author is CBS New York team. It took what? How many people to write this article? September 20th, 2021, 9:35 a.m. Thank you very much. It's pretty new. And this is on what? This is on what? Channel 2, CBS News website. You want to read that story? Okay, it says newyork.cbslocal.com. And it was 6 hours ago. Barron's, this is new. Barron's.com, 49 minutes ago. The Biden administration will allow vaccinated air travelers from other countries to enter the U.S. later this year, easing COVID-19 bans set in place at the beginning of the pandemic. Foreign nationals seeking to enter the U.S. will need to show proof of vaccination and a negative COVID-19 test within 3 days. What? No. Okay, so they got to do it within 3 days. This Barron's is new and they want a subscription. I can't read the rest of it. I am not. Isn't it wonderful? You know it's Monday. We got a new feed. We changed some things around with that, and now we're getting people asking for a subscription to continue reading the frickin' story. Here's Forbes. How come Forbes don't do this? September 20th. Again, today. 11:03 a.m. How much newer can you get than 11:03 a.m.? U.S. to lift travel ban. Okay, this is it. For vaccinated UK and EU travelers from November. Why am I reading the other one? After more than 500 days with a travel ban in place, U.S. announced that it will lift its travel ban for EU and UK travelers from November onwards. Okay, from November onwards. It's good news for families and loved ones who have been separated, as well as the airline industry, particularly as transatlantic routes between the U.S. and UK are so profitable, especially between New York and London. A recent report entitled The Multi-Billion Cost of Lost Summer suggested that there would be 55.7 billion pounds, or $76 billion, in lost trade, and 3 billion pounds, or $4.1 billion, in tourism GDP if reopening was delayed until September. And the report added that approximately 5,164 UK aviation and related jobs were lost each month after February 2020. White House COVID response coordinator Jeff Zients said at a press briefing Monday that non-U.S. citizens would need to show proof of vaccination plus a negative COVID test result taken no more than 3 days prior to departure. All right, so let's, if you want to read the rest of this, let's go ahead and look at it. U.S. to lift travel ban for vaccinated UK and EU travelers from November, September 20th, 11:03 a.m. Forbes.com. Get out of here. Wait, yeah, they're still doing that shit too. All right, Forbes, 3 hours ago. This is 8 a.m. Australia needs nuke subs to solve one big problem: 3,500 miles of open ocean. Australia is pretty far from any other country that isn't Indonesia or Papua New Guinea. That's all you need to know in order to understand why the Australian government last week announced it was abandoning a $66 billion deal with the French government to acquire a dozen new diesel-electric submarines, and instead inking a new deal with the U.S. and UK governments to develop at least 8 new nuclear-powered subs. Yes. Why are they doing that? I'm going to tell you one of the reasons they're doing it is nuclear-powered subs are a lot quieter. I don't know why they would buy diesel-electric submarines. That's insane. Why would they buy them in the first place? They're like banging a pot underwater. Here I am. This is an historic opportunity for 3 nations with like-minded allies and partners to protect shared values and promote security and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region, the Australian government stated. All right. The announcement led to a minor diplomatic row as Paris recalled its ambassador in Washington, D.C., and Beijing lodged a complaint over what it called an outdated Cold War mentality and vaguely threatened Canberra by warning the Australians to prepare for the worst. Man, these people do some strong language. Nasty politicians are part of the price Australia is paying for a significant naval upgrade. Nuclear subs can travel much farther, much faster than diesel boats can. That translates into longer patrols, greater endurance in disputed waters, and more risk for the likeliest enemy, in this case, China. So we're all done today. I had a good time. Did you? I had a real good time. So anyway, you be careful. Have a good day. I'm going to say goodbye to these people, and I might get done on time here. So let's do this. Say goodbye to them, and so I'm going to say goodbye to you. And be careful. Don't get that Rona. Thank you for doing it. I won't be here tomorrow, but hopefully the next day. And let's see what happens with that. All right. Be careful. Have a good day. Don't get that Rona.
Gonna screw it up.